2, 1. Boom, and we are back with another episode of Socratic Gamers. It is 2018 now, as we left off with our Christmas episode in 2017. Given that it's a new year, new you, we thought we'd start with we thought we'd switch up the narrative of this podcast a little bit and make it more of like a weekly roundup. So like cool stuff that's happened during the week that we're going to look into, talk about, philosophize about, and yeah. So we thought, given that we are also Socratic gamers, that the first thing we should probably talk about is gaming. So with 2018, what's new on the docket, Vish?
So there's a few games I have that I'm looking forward to. That have somewhat of a release date for 2018. So I won't talk about other games that are...
Last of Us?
Yeah, I won't talk about that.
Oh, we're not going to talk about Last of Us?
No, because it hasn't not been mentioned if it's coming out this year or not.
Oh, rough life. Okay. So we're only going to talk about things that are going to come out this year.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right.
So the first one on the list is A Way Out.
Okay. Yeah. Give me a backstory.
So it's set in the 1970s.
1970s?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
It's a 2-player co-op. And you're trying to break out of the prison.
Okay, cool.
And it's...
Who's it made by?
It's Haze Light Studios.
Haze Light?
Yeah. It's an indie game, but...
Oh, okay, cool.
I think, you have...
PS4?
It's for 3 systems, PC, PS4, and Xbox.
Oh, okay, cool, yeah.
So it's out for everything. You have to work with somebody.
Oh, so it's like an Army of Two kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like he wanted to bring back like some couch co-op style.
Couch co-op, I like that.
All right.
Is it like couch co-op or like digital couch co-op? Because you
can
they switch that up.
You can do both.
Okay, that's cool.
You can do both. So that's why he wanted to do that. And you probably remember the guy. PewDiePie showed him when he was reviewing over the Game Awards. The guy that kept saying F the Oscars.
Oh, that's guy.
That's the guy.
Well, that was so next level, though.
I think he's just...
Too excited? This is his first time?
I don't know about his first time, but it's more like... I think he was just... I don't know, had too much to drink or other stuff.
Okay. I feel...
He's just wait, what's going on?
It's going off. Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah. But so that's one of the games. It's coming out March 23rd.
March 23rd?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not bad.
So it's not too far away.
So what the entire premise of the game is that you and another partner, does you have to play it with someone else in order to play it, or just like
yeah.
You have to?
Yeah. So.
Oh, that's kind of lame. So you can't actually play the game?
No, yeah, it's co-op. The whole thing is co-op. So it'll work with someone online.
Oh, okay, that's kind of cool. Yeah.
Or someone couch co-op.
That's cool.
That's so I think he prefers couch co-op.
Right. Do you remember Army of Two?
Yes.
Do you like it? I love number 1 and 2, and then 3 was kind of like,
Yeah, it was all right. I think this is a little bit different than that, though.
Oh, okay.
It's a lot different than that.
There's like Prison Break, like him and his brother.
I don't think it's like Prison Break. That's all I know so far. Like they haven't mentioned too much. You can just watch the video.
Okay, cool.
I think we're gonna overlay a video, right? So
yeah,
you'll see a little bit of that.
Cool.
Then the next game I had, okay, it's not in any order, so Detroit Become Human.
Okay, what's that about?
It's made by David Cage that did Heavy Rain. And Beyond Two Souls.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh, nice. Okay, so it's kind of like a action. What do you call those? Time action.
So yeah, it says here it's like a player narrative type. So you were choosing the narrative.
Okay, that's cool.
Right, as we go along.
Right. So it's like
story, yeah.
It's like there's multiple different paths. I think I'm actually gonna do a walkthrough of Heavy Rain like once Last of Us is done, because that game was just super sick. I don't know if I'll do Beyond Two Souls. It's kind of like meh.
Yeah, but, I don't think Beyond Two Souls did well.
Yeah. Okay.
People didn't like that one, but they liked Heavy Rain.
That makes sense.
So it's basically playing as you're an android, and you have different androids you'll be playing as for their.
Oh, it's like all androids. Like
yeah,
the whole...
you only play as an android.
Okay, that's kind of cool. But different androids for different households.
Yeah, so there's different stories for each android, right? There's the Kara one, then there's the negotiator one.
Yep, okay.
And then there's someone else, but they haven't mentioned everyone yet, so.
Okay, cool.
So that is Force.
Wait, just a quick disclaimer. If you're listening to this on your headphones and not watching on YouTube, head on over to YouTube because we're going to overlay like little trailers of or like little pictures and stuff of whatever it is we talk about here today. We're gonna do some like digital editing on the 2018 stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, continue. Yeah.
And then so that's coming out spring 2018. So they haven't had like official date.
Okay.
And it's just for the PS4.
What's the likelihood of these games getting like pushed back though?
What's the likelihood? Anything? Yeah, it could always happen.
Okay, too bad.
That's why they put it as spring. It'll be within a 4-month range.
What was that one game that we were like super excited about and they kept pushing it back? It was Uncharted 4. Like I remember you were saying like before.
I think it got
left.
pushed back only once.
Okay. But there's a game that's been pushed. Oh, like let's not even talk about Final Fantasy VII. That game's been pushed back so much because you're like, it's been pushed back, right?
No, they haven't announced a date, so there's no pushback.
Oh no, I'm thinking about Final Fantasy 15.
Oh, the newest.
Yeah, no,
the
not even the newest
out.
one. Yeah, the one that's already out. I remember like that got pushed back like 5 times. It was first for like PS3, I think, then PS4, and then it was like, oh, next year, and then like 2 more years. Like I waited so long for 15 to come out, and then like I feel like in the lag time, what they did is that's why they created those like mini stories.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like those like YouTube things that you could watch and like all that other stuff. But like, it wasn't that great of a game. You know, like it didn't lead up to the hype. I mean, it was very unique in that game. Have you played it? Played a bit of it?
I think I watched you play a little bit of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so like basically it's unlike the other Final Fantasy games, it's not turn-based.
Yeah.
So like you actually have to like button mash. But that's kind of weak because it was like they've never really done that before, so like I don't know what developer studio they had. It was okay, but it could have been better, I felt.
Maybe it's for the newer generation to just...
No, but like even the story was like pretty weak sauce. Like they pushed it back so much. I mean, it was still a good game. Like it was still worthy of playing because I love Final Fantasy. But like I wouldn't say it was like up to Uncharted standards, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that standard is already high.
Yeah, I have a very high threshold for games now because like after playing story-driven games, it's very hard to find a really good game. Like I saw you playing Assassin's Creed. We'll get into that after because I'm actually curious about what your perspective on Assassin's Creed was. What's the next game?
All right, so the next game, Far Cry 5. I don't know.
Ooh, Far Cry 5.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's the one made by Ubisoft.
Yeah, I love Ubisoft. They're
and
sick.
then
remember Splinter Cell?
I never played with Splinter Cell.
Oh, okay. That was a great game.
But the other Far Cry games was like in Himalayas. They always had like different areas around the world.
Yeah.
And then so this one is in rural Montana.
I've been to Montana. Yeah.
And then,
interesting people, interesting place.
So the main villain is like a deranged, powerful, and charismatic person who came to power in a remote place, right?
Oh, cult leader.
Like, yeah. And then that's exactly right.
Oh, really? That's what they go into?
Yeah.
It's so funny.
He created a cult called Eden's Gate.
Oh, like Heaven's Gate. Oh, like the Heaven's Gate Jonestown Massacre. Oh, wow. Okay, I see what they're going for.
So, and then he's like crazy followers and you get to kill them.
Okay. That's cool. Is it like in a dystopian future kind of thing? They usually do that
not
stuff.
Not really in the future.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then that's coming up for all systems in March 27th.
Nice. Is that the last game?
That's not the last game.
Oh, okay.
Got 3 more.
Okay, cool.
So the last 3 are like something I'm really excited about. God of War.
Oh, but see... Alright, no, God of War was good. I watched you play, like, the first one. You were super stoked on that one. I used to, like, go over to your house and watch you play God of War all the time, but, like, it was like, like, I don't like button mashers, you know?
Yeah.
The story seemed okay, but I'm not a big button masher fan. Mm-hmm. But, yeah. But the new one does look sick. You did show me a bit of the trailer. They're going super, like, human on this one.
Yeah.
Like, the graphics are just next level.
So you get to see those interactions. And then he's going after Norse gods.
Nice, yeah. If you don't know the whole God of War mythology thing, it starts with Roman gods, Greek gods.
Yeah, Greek gods.
Greek gods, and then now they're diverging after they finished with the Greek gods, like Hades and stuff. They are now attacking.
Spoiler alert! Basically, at the end of those games, he basically killed everyone.
Oh, he
of the gods.
killed each of the gods?
Yeah.
Okay, and that's why they're probably gone. You know, it'd be crazy if like, well, I guess like if you're looking at like an extrapolated viewpoint of this,
Yeah.
it's like they're trying to say that like we're now in, you know, that New God show that you're watching?
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like they're saying that the God of War is the one who, like paved the way for new gods to come through, because now he's gonna attack like Norse gods, right?
Right.
So like maybe he'll attack.
Well, we'll see. We'll see the story. I don't know.
Maybe he's the one who crucified Jesus in the future ones. He'll go see Buddha.
Who knows?
Yeah. So, but you're stoked about that game.
Yeah.
All right.
And that one, again, tentatively early 2018.
Early 2018.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like January.
No, that's just, like it doesn't mean that January.
Too bad.
Like it can be between January and I think April.
Oh, okay.
Or
That's
March
not bad.
or so.
Oh, wow. So like, is this like how the video game seasons kind of follow through? Like they move through the motions of it, because it's like the release dates are all at the beginning of the year, and then there's no summer hits, right?
There are summer hits.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like what are the
Well,
major?
not summer, more like spring.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Then,
That's
and,
what
then,
I'm
and
saying.
then fall.
But I'm assuming, like, did we talk about this before? How it's like they kind of focus on like when you're not, because like there's no summer hits because you're outside playing, but then they know that when you go back to school, you're gonna want
playing. It's like you're on vacation.
Yeah,
off
exactly.
school.
So why would we drop a amazing hit right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So generally they don't. It'd either be keep it at spring,
Or the new year.
or fall for Christmas.
Okay. What one's EB? EB? No.
E3.
E3.
E3 is June,
Oh, okay.
and that's when they announce things that may come out. Let's like for the fall,
Cool.
for the Christmas or whatever. So, all right, the next game, the last two. These are the two big ones I'm hoping they come out this year. Red Dead Redemption 2.
Ooh, Red Dead. That's gonna take over GTA 5.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting.
And we still don't know anything about this game.
Like anything at all?
No, they're really...
When's it gonna be released?
So they say spring.
Oh, interesting.
But I don't know. They could get pushed too.
Right.
But right now they say spring.
But that's an interesting one, because usually movies, like if we look at like movie marketing, movies that have really terrible stories and stuff, they get like so much heavy like promotion, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then like the ones that are good, you know, like the like the dark horse ones, like this one, how it's like they're not really putting anything out there. It's like it's up in the air. You don't know if it'll be good or not, you know?
You don't know, and you work on it for 5 years.
Right, exactly. You think the developers know, like midway through, they're just like, oh man, this game is trash, but we got to get it done anyways because we have a...
I think so, but there is iteration that it goes through with through Sony comes in, or whoever
Right.
studios are watching what they're doing, because some games do get canceled.
Oh really? Eh?
Yeah, there was one game on Xbox that got canceled.
Is it like a common occurrence or like not so much?
No, it's because they go through so much like iterations till everything is like approved or whatever. So it's not that common to get things canceled.
Oh, okay.
But it can happen.
Right.
Anyway, if the budget is too little, or they didn't expect this much amount of money going in to make a game like that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Anyways.
got you.
And then the last game, of course, is Spider-Man.
Oh, I was not expecting that. I was gonna say, like, you say, of course, like it's the samurai game, because when does that samurai game come out?
No announcement of that, so that's why I didn't add that in there.
Oh, okay. All right, so the Spider-Man game is something we can look forward to. I did like the first few Spider-Man games. That was one of the first few games, like back in like PlayStation or Nintendo 64 days, where you got like open world. You know,
but you see, those were like, they were done by EA or some other Activision, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Activision. I remember that. Yeah.
But they were just making games that are related to movie or whatever, right? Like it's not. They were good, but not like great.
Right.
So this has a chance of being a really good Spider-Man game, because
good but not great. You just said they were all good.
Oh, okay. This could be a chance of making a great Spider-Man game.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, why is that?
Because the studios working on it knows open world. And they've
no way.
They've done, if there was like on their Xbox game called Sunset Overdrive.
Okay. Yeah.
And like how smooth you can go around world, like the way that the character you're playing as can maneuver, right? And I think Spider-Man needs that kind of studio, and that's the kind of studio they're Insomniac. That's the one they're working on.
Do you remember the the Nintendo 64 Superman game? That was one of the best games I have ever played. All that, and remember that naughty? He's like a bear. Conquers Bad Fur Day. No. I never played any of these games. I didn't have a console as a kid, so I see it on like those Wizard magazines that I used to have. True.
Yeah. So, the Superman. Oh, that's cool. But I can't.
Right. Well, I had the console, so I was playing the games and stuff. But the Superman game was the first open world one where you could actually fly around, so you could fly to wherever you want to go.
I saw image or
that was an
grabs
amazing game because I've never played a game like that afterwards. You know. Because it's so open that you can literally fly. Like, I remember just to test it, I flew all the way to the sky and then you fly all the way down. Just like curious, you know, like
where the limitations are.
Yeah, what the limitations are.
Yeah.
And you can go anywhere in the game, you know. Yeah, it was a great game. But the Spider-Man game, so like the Spider-Man games are limited to his web slinging, right?
Yeah.
But with Superman, it's like unlimited flight. You know, so but if you're listening to this out there and you know a game that's like Superman, or maybe there was a Superman game just like it later on, like
I don't think there was anything great for Superman after.
Were there any flying games ever?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Like that kind of like what I'm describing to you, where it's like open world enough that you could fly anywhere.
I don't think so.
Oh, too bad. That's one thing that developers need to work on. You know. Because it's like that was.
I think they're trying to figure. Like I've heard things when they were when the Arkham series was doing really well.
Yeah.
If they can get into Superman, but I think it's really hard to do it. You just got to find the right story, find the right mechanics and all that stuff.
You know what's interesting? People have these ideas of like games all the time, but like they don't have the ability to. Wait. Before I diverge too far on this, what was the games again? You just want to quickly.
I think there were like 6, 7 of them.
Okay.
Let me just.
So look forward to this in 2018.
Yeah. So there were. A Way Out.
A Way Out.
Detroit Become Human.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Far Cry 5.
Yep.
God of War, Red Dead.
Cult game. Yep.
And Spider-Man.
Cool. All right. So back to it. So it's interesting how like you have these creative ideas for what would be a really cool game or like a cool technology, right? But you just don't have the technology. You don't have the capability of it in that moment.
Yeah.
So you know, like you're talking about A Way Out, how like I saw like some of it's like it's split screen, but then it would become like single screen.
Yeah. It's yeah.
Right. Yeah. So my cousin actually
what would also happen is one of them could be having a cutscene as the other guy's moving around.
Exactly. So my cousin, like a long time, I think 12 years ago, he came from Japan, and shout out cousin Jerome. So he came from Japan and he was like a coder, and he was saying like, man, I would love to make a video game where it's like two people on screen, you and a partner, and then as soon as you go left and he goes right, it's split screen so that you guys can focus on your own stuff.
Right.
And I was like, dude, that's like so impossible. That's like no way. That's the future, right?
Yeah,
and then now we're having
future.
it. You know,
we're in the
some of these like logical things. Another one is I was in university and I had read that space book. I forgot what the space book was. Like Jonah was really into it. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, right? Yeah. And then in it, you take the slug and then you could put it in your ear and then you could understand all languages, you know? So then I was like, for one of the projects, like you have to come up with an idea. So I was like, okay, just create a device that you put in your ear and then it'll translate languages. And people were like, I don't think that's possible. I'm like, I'm pretty sure it is. It's like, if you just take the annotation technology plus the translate technology and then it'll spit it back to you.
Yeah.
They have it now. It's crazy, man. Like we're in this like futuristic world of like, I was listening to Joe Rogan talk about this, how we're in 2018 now, and it's like we are literally in the future. Like 2018 is something you only hear about in movies when you're like a kid. Mm-hmm. You know, and now we're here, and it's like, what kind of technology do we have? You know, what's available to us? That's a big eye opener. You know. Speaking of technology, SpaceX, they had their launch.
So they've had a couple launches. I think they're having I think it was postponed to today. I'm not sure. A secret launch for the government.
Oh, nice. And
so the big launch.
There was a launch prior.
Yeah, there was a launch prior there. You could see there's some really cool like video images that they've got.
Yeah.
Um,
I reposted one of those.
did you-
Yeah, it was really cool. It was like I thought it was like an alien. I was like, what the hell is going on? Like on my whole feed was like people like posting. I was like, what
the night launch. And
Yeah,
then they
yeah,
left that marks all in the sky.
Yeah, that looks so good. Chemtrails.
Okay, yeah. So, so this year, I think it's in January. There's a big launch for their new rocket,
Nice.
Falcon Heavy.
Nice.
And-
Remember when you first told me about BFR? And then
Oh,
he's
yeah.
like, oh, guess what BFR is? It's like big fucking something. And then you're like, well, you're close. I'm like, no way. And you're like, yeah, it's big fucking rocket. I'm like, wow. That guy's trolling hard, yo.
yeah, that's the, like, what do you call the unofficial kind of thing?
Uh-huh.
But, like, it's actually, like, big Falcon rocket to be, like, for official terms.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. But
Which
it's
is funny.
It's funny because like Elon Musk is such like a genius, but he's also such a troll.
Yeah.
That like what was that boring company?
Yeah.
And then you were like, oh, I want to buy a boring hat. And I'm like, dude, that's not real. Like, he's just making fun of it. You're like, no, he's a boring company. I'm like, what?
Yeah, like drilling.
Drilling, yeah. And it's like, oh, that's so funny. That would be boring. Like you're
Yeah,
boring
exactly,
into the earth.
exactly.
But I was thinking like it's like bored. Like all my employees are bored to work here. I thought he was like trolling his own company.
No.
Yeah, that's
He's got
that's
so many different
genius at
companies,
work.
yeah.
What'd you say? What?
He's got many companies that he's working on, right? So,
How does he have the time to work on all these things? You know what I mean?
man, that's all he does, you know.
This is all he does.
Yeah.
You think he's got like something like mentally like different about him? Like he's like got Asperger's or something? Like something, you know?
I don't know. Nothing's official. I don't want to say anything like that.
Yeah.
But still, he's a cool guy.
Him or Steve Jobs?
I think I said this answer before.
Oh, okay. So would you like care to repeat who you believe
Well,
is the better?
I think Elon, man.
Wow.
It depends on which way you're gonna like.
Actually, you know what? I would have said Steve Jobs before, but I would say Elon now.
Yeah.
His charisma is just too awesome. Like watching his videos where he's like dismantling people with intelligence.
Yeah.
That's great. Oh, speaking of intelligence, so we were talking about like voting beforehand and like how voting voting used to be done, at least in America, because we're talking about Elon Musk, BFR, and the rocket launch. Voting used to be done like you had to meet certain criteria to vote. Right, you had to have like a specific amount of land. You had to have a specific amount of income, right? And it was almost
Wait,
like
in America.
in America,
Oh.
way back when. Yeah,
Are you sure?
Yeah. Way back when. I saw it on Joe Rogan.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was just like they were just deconstructing it, and like it was almost like a precursor to it was like almost like a precursor to not precursor. It's like what do you call that? It's like a gauge.
Mhm.
Like you had to be some level of intelligence to vote, because like if you could be easily swayed by a lot of people, then obviously the most popular person's gonna win,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of what happened now.
But it's different there too because it's not popular vote though.
What do you mean?
In America, it's not popular vote.
No, it's like the most votes.
No.
What?
No. Most votes is popular vote.
Okay, so how do they vote in America?
Electoral vote. Electoral college.
No, of course. But like when you come down to it, it's still like it is a popular. It's like who can gain the most people. Like
It's not popular vote though.
okay,
It's
explain.
It's what
I think we're seeing
it's
two
based on
different
like
things.
what the number of what states, like how much seats that the states get or something like that. I don't
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So like, if it was popular vote, Hillary would have won.
Oh, I see. But the places that have the most people.
Not the most people.
Oh, that's a misconception.
It's not the most people.
Okay.
It's not the
The
places
most
that
seats.
have
The most seats. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
That's what I meant. Most people on the seats. Like.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know what exactly, but it's called electoral college. That's what they have there. Right?
Okay. And he just won strategically the correct
Well, yeah, like
states.
Yes. Basically
Oh, okay. Wow. They make
So like
then,
it doesn't count if it doesn't matter the size of the.
so then why do people troll and they say like, oh, the most popular person won? Like he just knows how to rig the media.
No, it's not true.
Oh, interesting. New paradigm. So it's not that he is the most popular. It's just they wanted to say something against the system.
Yeah.
Interesting. But those places with the most popular people, do they have the most smartest people? Like is like LA one of the places with like the most people? Like the most
like
seats?
LA and New York and things
They
like
have the
that.
most seats?
No, they don't have the most seats.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
No, because there's a ton of smaller states that are Republican.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
and
exactly.
It's not about population there, right?
Right.
If it was about population, then Hillary would win. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. So they kind of just like, so he just strategically gamed the system. So it's not that he was the most popular.
It's not
he just
that
knew how to game
the system. It's the system that Democrats should have been prepared for.
Okay.
That's where they lost. They were not. Like, they know this.
But I mean, he won the states that were important, so he gamed it.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, I will influence these people. I'll influence these people. I don't really care about these people because there's not that many seats. You know what I mean? Like, if he knew he was gonna lose in a place where Hillary was winning, then he's like, okay, I'll just focus on another one, because like I can let that one go. That's got like 4 points, whereas the other one's got like 25.
Yeah, but I don't think he wasn't making those decisions.
Oh, you think he was just like a spokesman? Do you think he's just a puppet then?
Puppet? No, I'm not gonna say that.
Okay, yeah. But then if he's not making those decisions, who's making those decisions?
No, like, you don't, as a president, you're not the only one making decisions, right?
No, of course. But at the end of the day, it's like you are the one saying it. Like you're the most liable.
You try to work with people that can help you win.
Of course. But you're the one who's liable. It's like your face. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, he's the president. You make the final decision. You know what I mean? It's like it's the. Yeah. Even though like yes, he's got like a team behind him. It's like he's still the one accountable for his actions. Because it's like, if America goes to war, it's like, well, it's the president. He's like, no, man, it was the dude that advised me. Well, it's like, well, but he's not president. You're president.
But the president can't choose. You got to go through Congress in actual ways in order to decide to go to war. Yeah.
So then, how are they in war right now?
Because it's
like a sidestep. It's not like they didn't actually declare war.
What Bush started was
he didn't declare war.
No, he did, but he went against what the way you're supposed to do it in America.
Oh, he didn't care at all.
Yeah.
He's like, after that, I'm gonna do it my way.
Yeah, you're supposed to get Congress approval as well, and he didn't.
Oh, that's so funny. Was he just like, stop me, do it? You know what I mean? It's like,
no, you just went to war.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
This is
so
how they
like,
decided. They just
like,
yeah.
Congress is like, yo, bro, can't do it, and he's like, stop me, and they couldn't stop him.
No, you're supposed to wait for them. It's not that the Congress is going to say no.
You're
supposed to wait for them to say yes as well, and then you can go.
Yeah, I know, but if they said no, we're at an impasse.
Yeah.
But he's like, stop me.
No, I don't think he said that. They just,
no, I know.
They just
metaphorically.
He just went forward with it without doing it. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Come at me, bro. That's what I'm saying. But it's funny though, because like actually paying attention to like Donald Trump, he's actually very entertaining as like a president. Like I get why.
Yeah,
these
I think Bush was entertaining
states,
too. That's the same.
Yeah, but I was young. Like I didn't really pay attention. I was just like, "Oh, this is what's happening right now." I was like, "Okay."
No, I mean a lot of those Dave Chappelle. Oh, remember that clip I showed you?
Right. Yeah. True. Yeah.
There was a lot of that.
Yeah.
That time too, and same thing now against Trump.
Yeah, that's true. His most recent tweet about the not most recent, it was like a couple days ago.
Yeah.
I was talking about the North Korea guy.
Kim Jong-un.
Yeah, there's a quick summary of that one. We'll have the tweet somewhere in the video.
Yeah.
But quick summary, he's just calling him out. He's like, "Hey man, I got the bigger stick." Right?
What was that one? There's a couple of them, right? So
yeah, true. He has been trolling quite a while.
I don't know if it's trolling or just he's just dumb. I don't know.
Really? Eh?
Yeah.
You think like he thinks that's his diplomacy?
Yeah.
Okay,
What was his tweet? I don't remember. Because the one I remember was...
Okay, so his tweet is, North Korea leader Kim Jong-un just stated that the nuclear button is on his desk at all times. Will someone from his depleted and food-starved regime... All right, so that's pretty next level. From his depleted and food-starved regime... Yeah. Oh, that's just you're hitting in the low blow. Please inform him that I, too, have a nuclear button. This is true. But it is much bigger and more powerful than his, and my button works. That's what I'm saying. Like it's like he's just straight up saying, "I got the bigger stick."
No, that's a childish way of talking to say that I got a bigger dick.
Yeah, that's true. I believe that no other president has ever done.
No one's done that.
That's why I'm saying like that's pretty balls. Like when I saw, it, I was like, wow. That's awesome, yeah. Like you have no disregard for diplomacy, you have no disregard for laws, which is kind of funny though because like I posted that tweet on Instagram and people were like, "I hope you're not serious." I'm like, "No, it was obviously a joke."
Yeah.
You know, like
to see how dumb this guy is.
Yeah, like it's effective diplomacy from his point of view.
Yeah.
Which is like ineffective diplomacy.
And the other one was.
I wouldn't say like maybe like all right. So I'd say he's like clever.
What they're saying is
he's like
that
a fox. Like I wouldn't say he's dumb.
No, what they're saying is that it could be not good because it could trigger the other guy.
Oh, for sure.
To actually do something.
Yeah, for sure.
And then there will be casualties because
they
have nukes as well.
Do you think that they each like pay attention to each other's Twitter though? Does Kim Jong-un have Twitter? That would be one interesting one to follow.
I'm not sure.
Like, right? It's just like him speaking North Korean.
Yeah.
She's like, what?
Yeah, I don't know if he has Twitter, but I doubt.
Oh my God! You see the Russian assassination? Oh no, sorry, not Russia. Sorry, Russia, not you guys. The North Korean assassination. That was crazy. Where it was his brother or something, and then like she put this like powder on him, and then he started like coughing, and he just died.
Yeah.
That's next level, man.
Yeah, and they did it in a
public place.
Yeah, in a public place at some other country's airport. I don't know, man. It's crazy.
It's sort of like it's sort of like that's something that you'd see in like Black Mirror, you know? Like at the spoiler alert in the last episode of Black Mirror, where she makes him drink like the water.
Yeah,
that was kind of like one of those moments. It's like, like you just never know.
Mm-hmm.
You
know. Yeah, I don't know, man. If it's going to be any good to do that. What he's doing, Trump.
The Trump stuff. Why not?
I don't know. Is
All right, potential for impeachment. What do you think?
Potential?
Well, likelihood.
Well, if they find stuff, yeah, they're doing.
I know, right? It's like when people make a big deal, oh, he's going to get impeached. I'm like, I don't know. Like, it's probably really hard to get impeached.
It's hard, yeah, of course.
You can't just get impeached for bad actions.
No.
Like, you have to. There's got to be some grounds.
There's a bunch of different reasons, bunch of different things like mental stability.
He has to break the law.
Yeah. But mental stability is like a new thing that was popping up because
they're just thinking of anything to kick him out
No, a
now.
new book came out, right?
Okay.
And in that mentioned mental stability. That's why the recent tweet was about why I'm not mentally.
Oh, he's like, I'm mentally strong?
Yeah, I'm mentally strong. I'm smart.
Oh, okay. Because people are trying
I'm
to...
like smart. You know.
Interesting. But, all right, so society's like really interesting because society's really just a game of beliefs, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like it's like when we say like mental stability, it's like, but then if he's mentally unstable but he got voted in, how mentally unstable are the people that are voting him in?
Yeah, they just believed what he was doing. Like what was Trump
mentally unstable?
Yeah, what was Dave Chappelle's line, right? Like the poor people that voted for him think that this rich guy is working for them.
Oh, right. But he's like, no, he's working for me. Yeah. That's true, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, we tend to forget that that's how like the game works. It's like money keeps money in power. You know.
Yeah.
You gotta use money to make money, and then once you've made money, you can stay with money.
You stay with money. Yeah.
Right. It's like because like bankruptcy. That's what I mean. So like if you really think about it, so Donald Trump, he went bankrupt so many times. Right.
Yeah.
Still has money. So it's like once you make money, you're in the money club, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're like a boxer who lost all their money, you know what I mean? Like, that does happen, though.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. So, anything else? Anything else you want to talk about for this weekly roundup? Before we round it up?
No, nothing. Just a new year.
New year, new topics.
New games.
New games, yeah. Those games do sound pretty sick. Elon Musk's a freaking genius.
Yeah.
I'm excited for what's going to happen in 2018. Like, I feel like something... Nah, actually, I say that every year. I feel like this year's going to be like a crazy year. But it's like, well, nothing really happened between that year. But I did notice, though, that like New Year does spur psychology in people, because like a bunch of people were like, a bunch of clients were just talking to me. I was like, oh, that's like, you're just coming out of the woodwork now, because like, oh, now I'm going to start my business in this year. I'm like, oh, okay, why'd you start it?
It's the resolution thing.
Yeah, the resolution thing. That's why I'm like, yeah, I'll give you a little suggestion, and if you're actually serious, show me the money, because like.
Yeah,
like,
but then by February, and the resolution.
Nobody calls me back. Yeah, they're just like, yeah, I mean, this is the year I start my business. I'm like, yeah, I believe you. Yep. Yeah, it's funny how like that works though, eh? It's like mentality is so big, against it. It's like you think that just because you think you can do something means you're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Right. It's like how many times have you heard something that like nobody's followed through on? I think the whole thing is like you gotta start small. You gotta make it as if it's like, because it's a habit. You know what I mean? Like to change your life is like, it's a habit, and habits are built not by big choices but by small ones built up over day after day.
Yeah, one step at a time.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. But then people like, I feel like this is why they break their habits, because they're like, New Year, I'm gonna do this year, and it's like, ooh, you overshot heavy.
Yeah, I think they do say that. Yeah, if you like hold a goal that's not achievable in like in a certain time period or whatever,
like
right?
Like a day,
yeah, and then you feel bad for not reaching it.
That's true, eh?
And then you just stop.
Yeah, for sure. It's all about like compounded effects, right? So like, if you set a goal that's too high and you don't achieve it, you're gonna feel bad.
Yeah.
Then the next day that goes by, you're gonna feel more bad, and then more bad and more bad. It's like building interest on your sadness. But then if you set an easy goal, then you feel better. And you set another easy goal, you feel better.
Yeah.
And then it's compounded interest. You feel better about all these goals. You end up following through.
Yeah.
Although we did have that talk. All right, so actually, you know what? We're going to segue into that talk, because I can't write an article about this, but I would like to talk about it. How people, sometimes you just need a garbage man. Not that garbage men are like a bad job, but like...
I mean, they get paid good here, so...
They actually do get paid good, very well. But it's like... it's one of the most frustrating or like saddening things. It's more sad now. It used to be really frustrating for me, but now it's like very saddening when you see how many people want to achieve something great and then nobody actually has the follow through to do it. But like it's like they can't. Or
it's a delusion of thinking you can do something great. Like it's
right. All right, so they say like they say that the most intelligent people are the ones that have the hardest time with life, because they're the most likely to become depressed.
Yeah.
Because they understand their like their insignificance or their inability to do something, the likelihood of something. You know what I mean? But it's like then you have that end of the spectrum where you become depressed, and then you have the other end of the spectrum where you become delusional. And it's like both are living with their belief systems, and it's like the thing that's carrying that other person through the day to day is the delusion that they will one day become amazing. By doing nothing.
Right.
It's different if you, that's not to say you shouldn't believe in yourself. It's different if you believe in yourself and you're making actions towards it. Then it's like, 100%, you know? You just keep doing what you're doing. And if it comes to pass, it'll come to pass. But if it doesn't, at least you're doing something you love. Right? But it's delusional. It becomes delusional when you're like, I'm going to become something great. And it's like, oh, what have you done? Nothing. Yeah. So it's like, so what are you supposed to... There's like 2 billion people on this earth. What's going to separate you apart from another person? That's really what it comes down to, And the delusion is thinking that you're separate from somebody else. You're separate from the whole when you haven't done anything to prove that fact.
Yeah. True.
Yeah. Respect your place.
Yeah. Sometimes it doesn't work out.
But do you think it's like, you think it's more important to like, I think it's important, it's like more peace of mind if you, or maybe it's just frustrating for me because I don't like hearing that stuff. Maybe it's like good for them. Like it fuels them, to be like, oh man, if it wasn't for this, I would have been this. Right. Or like, like excuses, or like, oh, I'm going to do this because I got this. And then nothing happens, It's like, that's just irritating for me. But like, I feel like if it's driving them to keep going, because if they actually like took a pause and looked at their situation, you might just like end it right there. You're like, wow, this is not how I expected this to reset button.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I don't know, man. People crazy.
Yeah.
Just just enjoy.
That's true.
Where you're at.
Yeah, appreciate where you're at. Yeah, that's a big one. That's something you taught me actually, because like I remember like those intense insights of like the finality of it all. It's like, well, that's why I play video games. I was like, yeah, that's true. I should appreciate that more, because it's like we're in this temporal experience,
Yeah.
and like it's gonna go anyways. So might as well do something you like about it, like within it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're lucky to be alive.
Oh, that's how we'll end it. New year, new you. 2018 podcast is in the books. We're lucky to be alive.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, unless I was gonna make a joke.
What's the joke? You tell
Unless
me.
you're Harvey Weinstein.
All right, we're ending there.
All right, take it easy. Till next time.
Yeah. See ya.
Bye.